you ever done an internet search for becoming more motivated? The results are overwhelming. Everybody has an opinion.
We all bought into this lie that you gotta feel ready in order to change.
Their own unique twist.
Facing your fears.
And every one of them is correct. The one key ingredient I don't feel is focused on enough is that actual feeling, that desire, that drive that you physically feel. That piece of motivation, that's not talked about enough. And that's what we all actually want. And what I'm gonna teach you is how to tap into that feeling and ensure it doesn't go away. All right, let's do this.
New neighborhoods are great, but talk about the amount of construction. So they say running here first thing in the morning has fantastic physiological and psychological benefits. It's freezing. Let's do this while we're running. But I don't know. I am freezing to death. My legs are on fire. I don't know if I'm gonna see the benefit. All right, let's get home. Hey, we made it. Does my nose look like Rudolph? It's freezing out there.
Breakfast food. Getting up before sunrise to run in 25-degree weather is always going to be challenging. The only reason I'm able to do this is because I've trained my mind to think about a situation differently. Believe me, staying in a nice, warm, cozy bed sounded much more appealing this morning than going and running in freezing cold weather. We'll get into this more in a little bit. I gotta do some actual work first. The work day is over. Let's get out of this house. All right, let's get into some of the good stuff here. You know, even if you love your job, working out, or a certain hobby, eventually there's gonna come a time where you just don't feel like doing it anymore. You don't have that drive, that actual feeling to go ahead and keep pressing forward even though you know you don't want to do it. You still want that feeling, you still want that drive, but you just haven't figured out a way how to operate at such a high degree, such a high level. And that's okay. We're gonna tell you right now how to go ahead and fix that. Let's take a look at the word motivation for a second and break it down. Motivation, motive. It is the reason why we do something. It is our driver. It is what fuels us. It's that emotional connection that we tie to whatever activity it is that we're trying to muster up the motivation to do. Take the laziest person that you know, for example. They eat food, drink water, and sleep every day. All three of those are necessary components to stay alive. They may be extremely lazy, but they are motivated to exist. Therefore, they will find the energy, they will find the motivation every single day to ensure that those three components are met. Obtaining that feeling of motivation, the answer is find your why. That is it. That is the panacea. That is the home run right there. If you can find that emotional connection, a deep-rooted why, you will be unstoppable. I'm headed to the gym right now to work out with one of my best friends. This is gonna be brutal. As you can clearly see, he's a bit of a bodybuilder. He's done a lot of competitions, always seems to win. However, the process required to get into that type of peak words are hard. Peak physical condition is, God, I don't have a good enough why to ever achieve something like that. So we're gonna go talk to him and see what drives him, see what fuels his passion. Workout with Adam was exactly as I anticipated. Brutal. One key item worth mentioning about Adam is he's an active duty Marine. As soon as we started working out, I dove right into the hard questions. I asked him if he ever felt like quitting. Quickly he responded, yes, absolutely. I thought about quitting on numerous occasions. Why didn't he quit? Well, when you're a Marine and people are looking up to you, the last thing you would ever want to do is show any type of weakness. That was his driver. That was his motivation. He didn't want to let anybody down. He realized that every day that he walked into work, he was on stage. People were looking up to him. He didn't want to disappoint them for any reason. He also had a bunch of friends and family who were going to come and watch him compete. He didn't want to let those people down either. His why was simple, yet it made sense. Let me show you something. I want to draw you a picture, a diagram, to be able to explain this hopefully a little bit better. Our journey starts here. It's the now. And over here, that's where we're traveling. It's our goal. What separates us from the goal is just the work in between. You see, the first portion of this work line, that's what's fueled by those feelings of motivation, which, unfortunately, they just don't last very long. In order to not quit after those feelings wear off, we're going to need a heck of a lot more than just discipline. This area has to be fueled by our deep-rooted, emotionally driven why. My whys have changed significantly over the years. The reasons why I used to want to stay in shape and eat healthy are not even close to the reasons why I do it today. Before, it was vanity. I just wanted to look good. Today, I have 2 tiny humans, and I want to be around in their lives a heck of a lot longer. So that's why I do those things now. Here's the thing, I am no different from anybody else. That feeling, the actual feeling of motivation, that dries up for me too. When I said I trained my brain to think differently, what I meant was, I just think about that why. And it's filled with imagery of me living my absolute best life all the way into the end. Here's what's likely gonna happen once the motivational feeling phase runs out. You're gonna end up engendering a turnback moment. In which case, all of the progress that you made when you were feeling motivated is gonna be for nothing because you're just gonna end up quitting because you don't have a good enough reason to keep going forward. Finding an emotionally connected why is quite challenging actually. I've thought about going back to school and getting a PhD, getting to call myself Dr. Casey. I can think of a lot of really good reasons why going back to school would be a good idea. I could become more effective in the workplace. I can increase my earning potential. I might even be able to motivate other people to go back to school themselves. If I'm being honest with myself though, none of those reasons are good enough for me. I feel that my effectiveness in the workplace is adequate. I am very fortunate and get to live a great lifestyle based off of my current income. And although I love to motivate people and get them to continuously further their education, having to give up 3 years of my life to earn a PhD wouldn't make that worth it for me. If I went through with going back to school, I know what the results would be. Ultimately, I would end up quitting because I don't have an emotionally connected reason good enough for me to go ahead and push myself when the motivation actually goes away. There's a mental exercise you can utilize in order to figure out if your why is actually good enough. When we think about our goals, we romanticize about what life will be like after we achieve them. However, we've gone our entire life without that goal in our lives. So we just have to ask ourselves, is the benefit of the goal going to outweigh the work that's required in order to achieve it? If your answer is yes, congratulations.
Yay!
You have found a good enough why, which is going to be able to ensure that the motivational feeling is going to remain all the way from start to finish. Last but not least, you found a great why, and you are absolutely certain that you're not going to quit. Yet your pursuit towards this goal is turning into a miserable journey that you absolutely hate. If you find that this is the case, you very well might be doing the wrong thing and just need to make an adjustment. You have a great reason to stay in shape, but yet you hate to run. It's okay. Maybe get a bicycle. You've decided to go back to school or get a real estate license, yet as you start going through the information, you realize that you hate it. That's okay. Maybe you can choose a different degree path. Just because you started down one path doesn't mean that that is the exact path that you need to take. You can still achieve the goal and just make some adjustments along the way. Maybe this all sounds great to you, but you're thinking, I don't have any goals or passions and I'm not sure how to get any. If this is you, please understand that passion is initiated through small interests. If you happen to have an interest in anything at all, pull on that string. See where it might lead you. It could turn into a passion. If you got any value out of watching this video, please consider liking, subscribing, and doing the bell notification thing. Thanks for watching.